Hello YouTube and welcome to another Napoleon Total War Premier League battle. It's 1 versus 1 as always. We have two players here. Left is Fractal, he plays as France, and right we have JohannesVB, he plays as Great Britain. So I think we are going to watch a spectacular game between two very good players. So both players are trying to rush their armies to get in top of the hill, and we got some French cavalry here. They will try to harass the British advancing troops from reaching up the hill, the top of the hill first. Also Fractal has his general nearby. He's a classic general. Yes, he's a classic general. While at the same time we have a major general picked on from for Johans. What we got here, this is the first engagement of the game. We have charts here to this militia units which they can't form the square from the French cavalry. The British cavalry is following them. They're trying to get them and kill them before they can make any further damage. While meanwhile we have the two British cavalry units here. They're trying to protect the British light infantry, which they are changing direction. They're going to turn a little bit right so they can avoid the French cavalry. The French cavalry is out of the game. The British troops have suffered some casualties, but not a big deal of damage, only to their French blitz, and they still got their cavalry units. So we have a second wave of French cavalry. They're going to engage the British lines, though Johannes is going to form 3 lines here with his light infantry units and 2 on the other side watching the other French cavalry. But the goal, I think, for Fractal is to delay Johannes to go up there first. So you see that Fractal now he's changing his direction of his troops. He will try to get where the blue icons are at the moment. I think he's a little bit more, just a little bit forward at the British troops, but you see here France is marching to a diagonal route, while the British army, excuse me, they are marching direct upward, so they have to cover less distance than the French, and you have to push your troops to their limits to get there first. You see that these guys are already exhausted. That means they can't run. But here you can see that from this deployment, France has her cavalry units up here. I think that will be only to stop these guys from reaching top of the hill. I think the main fight will be here, but maybe not. We'll see. You see, France has her half of her army over here, while the other half, they're marching forward, and they're trying to get over here, as we can see from the blue icons. So we have some nice voltages here. Let's see the line of sight. Not good line of sight actually. They're gonna hit the ground and not the British troops. So I think Great Britain is going to stop their advance. They're gonna stay put. And what we have French cavalry trying to charge the British light infantry units. We have a counter charge from this 15 hussars. Fence here, they can't form square. The bad thing for France is that the horses are already tired, so they won't be as efficient as they can. But French troops, they're trying to get in position while the French cavalry is fighting the units over here, the British units. Okay, I think now France has the high ground. Here I think there is going to be an equal battle because they are almost in the same line. While Johans is trying to overflank some French units over here on the center by sending his two light infantry units from the side. Probably he will try to hit them from this area, and that will be a good angle for Johans to shoot the French troops. So both players are using militias. I didn't stand to talk about the builds, and this is gonna be for the future fights. I don't want to give the tactics 100%, so I'm gonna cast this battle only for what I'm seeing and not saying what units everybody has here. But I think it's gonna be a long fight. You see here, you can see the clock is already running. We have played 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes, yes. So it will be very interesting to see who is going to take the high ground up here, because I can see movement from the British player. The British forces are advancing, then they will try probably to get here and try to hold the French advancing lines, which they're coming from the other side. But here there is a small mistake, I think, from Great Britain. Let's see. They're gonna get charged from the French cavalry. They have their high ground, and you see these guys are losing morale, or while they're winded at the time. So we have a French cavalry, which is first. That will give the option to Fractal to play shooting back, and he can use his lancing unit. Oh, 15 hussars, they're routing. I think that's quite of a loss for the British player. Here on the center we have a small engagement between French and the British. Let's check the line of sight. Not good here, but I'm not sure if Fractal wants to hit from this side. I think he's holding his ground with one militia versus one feasibilist. That's the British militia unit. What about these guys? They are tired. Okay, these guys now they are walking. Okay, they are not running. So I think Johans, he will stay put, and because he lost the advantage or the timing to get the upper hand in to this terrain. So I think he's going to defend from the spot he is now. We have a small engagement in here, but I think these guys are hitting the ground. Yes, they do. They're wasting ammo, and that's it. Now these guys they're not shooting at all. So let's see what we have. We have some French light infantry here, voltigeurs mostly. They're going to deploy stakes. We have one Polish, no, Swiss foot. The French general Johannes is going to counter that French flank with two light infantry units, foot infantry, one Faisbles, King German dragoons, and one Highland foot behind them. The bad thing for Johannes is that he has the terrain not in his favor. So let's see what's going on the other side of the battlefield. Quiet so far, so I'm gonna see you later, guys, when the real fight starts. Okay, we are back in the game. I see we're going to see some action here. We have an old guard over there, one militia. There are some Fenceblis around here and some light infantry units. Okay, let's see from a panoramic view what we have. We have the British lines here. They are defending because they couldn't reach the top of the hill. Fractal managed to cut their way up, and he deployed all his army. You can see here from one side to another, and actually the French, they are almost surrounded. They can be hit by three flanks. But and also France has the high ground. This is very important to fight like this, especially in melee. I think France now can win all the melee fights because of the high ground, and we have some militia here which are fighting the British Fencibles. I think this Fencibles has suffered some previous losses from some losses from the previous Cav attack when they was going up. So there's not a big fight till now, and I'm gonna fast forward and I'm gonna catch you later again. So I think we are going to see some action here. Two French light infantry units are trying to, the lasers, and one militia, they're trying to take down these Fencibles units. I think they're gonna waste their ammo just to shoot the Fencibles, but I don't think that France can do many things because Johannes is deployed his missiles in the first line, so France has to take them out first if they want to engage the rear lines. Here we have a small engagement between the French militia and and the British militia, while now Johannes is changing units, but these guys, they do not have the best of line of sight, so they're gonna spend ammunition to the militia and shoot to the ground. Meanwhile, you can see that Fractal is gathering forces here on his left flank. I think he's going to hit from here, as it seems, because there is two old guards. Yes, indeed. There is one voltigeurs. We have three French cavalry units. Though we have a charge here from this Savoy versus this King German Legion Light Foot. They suffered some casualties. There are one foot infantry and one Fencibles here to protect his flank. We have one King German Legion Light Dragoons. Okay, they're fresh. I think that Fractal, he will try to charge from this side we have a depleted unit. Maybe it's the French militia. Yep, I think these guys are depleted, they're out of ammo. I'm not sure about the British militia units. What is their status? Oh, they are still firing, yeah. So we have, let's see from France line of sight. Oh, that's not good. They're shooting this poor rock. Okay. We have an what's this? Oh, the Braves are here. Here is a small mistake from Fractal. These units, they are watching to the other side. I think he's busy somewhere else by... Okay, now France is reforming her lines, and... But here Johans has a very good... Does he? Let's check. Okay, nice place here. Some nice place here, okay. And not the best here. At my humble opinion, if Fractal had a more strong flank here, they could break down these British troops. But here we have movement. Yes, indeed we have. I missed that in the previous battle. We have militia, French militia. They will try to. Yep, they are gonna walk as a midfield while the old guys are coming here, and this way they are gonna get protected by taking any hostile fire. But here, you know, the old guard, they can't do much damage because of the trees. There are plenty of trees around here, so they can't give their maximum firepower to the enemies. That's why Johans choose to deploy his right flank over here because of the trees. They can be very protectful. Yes. And now he's gonna switch a little bit his lines. He's gonna send his light infantry in front. He has his fencibles around here to make sure that the old guy won't give him great casualties to the rest of his lines. Fractals, he's responding by sending a Polish Legion versus the Fencibles, though he has some units here to hold his center. Excuse me. We have an advancing old guard here, but they have to face two light infantry units and one foot infantry, regular foot infantry. Picton is nearby, so he can inspire his men, because the old guards can bring fear to the to these units. So you need your general close by. So there is a lot of tactic here between the two players. They are switching all the time their units to get the best place position, or trying to get an old guard versus a light foot or a regular foot or something like that. What do we have? We have a foot infantry here. I'm not sure. Yep, these guys are not shooting at all. They're out of range. No, now they are. They are shooting. So we are watching this video from this side because if anything will come up from the other side, I want me and you guys to see it, and I don't want to lose it as I lost a previous attack here with from the French army. So here's the problem from Fractal. He's using his old guards here versus the British lines, while Johan still got his best lines. Oh, they're engaging here, the French militia. Oh, we have cavalry charge to the British. I think they're gonna form squares too late. And now the old guard is gonna come here and they're gonna shoot this British foot infantry. They're gonna form square, yep. And the Polish Legion, they're going to deploy over here. I think they're going to deploy too late to shoot the other square. So Johannes didn't suffer many casualties here. He just only the French cavalry is out of the game. Fractal, he will try to push his flank versus the British troops, while British troops now they are pulling back. I think if these guys will come out to the open area, they will have real problems versus the old guards, but there is a problem from the old guard. They can spend all the ammunition just to shoot the two British light infantry troops, and you can see movement from from Johannes. He is going to put his costumes out of there. He's going to place them here as the reserves. I think he's going to need them to deal the old guards. I think also if the old guards they're going to get out of ammo, that will be a very serious problem from Fractal. So here we have Fractal is trying to push from both sides the British formation. We have militia, but they are fighting two units here, two British units, the Highland Front and Fencibles. I think this militia, which they are out of the ammunition, they're trying to deplete this Fencibles as well. But here we have another old guard. They are hidden from the enemy eyes. Yes, they are. We have some voltigeurs around here. We have Sochester Savoy. Okay, this is a very tactical game. We have a militia unit here now. They're engaging the King James Legion Lightfoot. These voltigeurs, they are not shooting. Oh, yes, they are. And we got movement also here. What's going on? Let's see. Oh, nice. Here, Fractal is going to use like this. His militia, he's going to attract the enemy fire, but here he's doing a small mistake because his line of sight is not good at all. Oh shit. My battery is running out, so I have to place the the charger. 1 minute, boys and girls. Okay, we are back in the game. It wasn't nightfall, it was my my battery. Okay, we are back. Let's see what's going on. We have some voltigeurs here that are losing morale versus the British light infantry. We have these guys are trying to attract the British firepower by position themselves like this. Excuse me, but my voice a little bit strange. No, it's winter now. And also here what we got, the Polish Legion suffered some casualties from the British lines over there. Okay, British militia, they are routing. If you can see, you see both of them, France and Great Britain, okay, they have lost some men, but they still got big army. What I mean that they haven't lost a significant number of units so far, and we are already playing half an hour. I thought it will be a rush game because this map can be rushful, but both of them, they are using strategy and tactic. Though we have a small mistake from Fractal here, he lost some Polish Legion guys from this foot infantry. What's this? Militia out of ammo. I think this British light infantry is out of ammo as well, but I think Johannes, he will place them there as a mid shield. Though here we have what's this? Foot infantry versus militia. I think Fractal, he wants to take them down. Yes. Also here we have on the Regiment de Laser in foot infantry formation, not a skirmish formation. The Braves, they are coming. I think he could use his militia as well here to attract the first volleys. He can run down this British light infantry, foot infantry, sorry, pretty easy. So Johans, he will try here to use his light infantry units to shoot the old guard, but Fractal was fast to take them back. What do we have here? What do we have? We have Highland foot, Invincibles, and another foot infantry unit here, a British Cav, and nice volleys here from the British foot infantry versus the Leisure Regiment. Here is the small problem for these two militia units. Probably they're out of ammunition and their morale is not good. So I think France is gonna need her general staff around to inspire the French troops. So Johannes, he's a little bit. He made some steps backwards, but at my humble opinion, this flank, it's not that hard to break. See, Fractal still got some success as well here. Got light infantry, he got the Braves and the Lasers, and he can break this small flank. Excuse me. We have what we have here. Let's say the line of sight. Okay, there is a small hill, a ridge, a hill. I'm not sure what's the correct word, but for the attacker that can be very useful. Oh, we have some serious engagement here. Foot infantry versus Switchfoot. They are going back, they suffered casualties because I think there was a hidden unit here. Yes, this feasible, so they stopped their advance. But here's the old guard. Oh, there is an old guard here, and here is a small ammunition problem from France. But I think they're going to use the Voltigeurs as mid-shield while the Braves are going to be advance a little bit and shoot the Highland foot. What we have nothing serious there. The British militia is out of the game. I think now it's a very good time from Fractal to push from all sides. He can push from here really hard. He can push with his old guard and his Switchfoot by sending his militia to these costume guards and force them to square, something like that. Foot infantry square from to defend from the British cavalry, but Johan is going to pull his cavalry out of there, and he's going to push his Highland foot against this brave regiment. But we have a counter charge from this Chausseurs Savoy versus the Highland foot. The militia is advancing. Probably they're going to meet. They're going to charge these costume guards. Yes. Fractal has two units here behind. He should send them in the front line to help his attack. Counter charge from the British, square from the French player. France managed to save his 60 Chausseurs Savoy over there, while the old guard, two old guards there, or militia and old guard there. What's going on the other side? We have the lizards here. They're trying to kill the Lightfoot while they're shooting to these braves from the side. We have a big fight here on between the British cavalry and the militia. I think the old guard lost the square. That was a bad thing for the French player, but he will try to stop these guys from shooting his old guard and the militia by sending him the last of his cavalry units. So here there's a 1, 2, 3 units versus 1, and also the British Lightfoot, they are shooting from the side. these Coldstream guards, they can do really bad damage to this brave unit. But now, excuse me, he will take them back, he will replace them with a laser regiment, but you see that these guys are getting shot from the side. Ammunition issues for, yes, the lasers, or voltigeurs out of ammo. And what we got now, the coasting guards are going to turn, going to engage the Swiss foot. We have the militia over there, 108 old guard, but are they shooting? Not sure. Oh, here Fractal tried to send his general to kill the Lightfoot. Not good option. What we have a militia. They came back to the game. Fractal still got one short several lasers over there. Militia, they're taking the first shots. Voltigeurs are coming here to reinforce the French center. While what we have costume guards, I think they're gonna get shot from the side from the Swiss foot. So Johans is he has to leave this area because the French, they are pushing really hard, but the outcome is 50-50 for me. The only advantage that France has is the high ground, nothing more. So what? This is a good charge from the old guard, but you see the rest of the French army is back there, and they can't shoot really these guys. But that charge was awesome because you see these guys are losing their morale because they're fighting an old guard, and also the old guard has the high ground. So Fractal now he's going to try to push both of his flanks at the same time, and I think he's trying to save his remaining old guard. Yeah, there are 73 men there. That's a good number for old guard. We have a flanking move from militia and 2 advancing French units from the other side. We have a Polish Legion there, an old guard and 1 Voltigeurs unit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 units, French 15 units, and versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. I think France has the upper hand now. But you see the costume guards here as the first line. They're gonna meet militia unit, and we have the foot infantry over there with Connaught Rangers and 2 regular foot infantry over there. I think if Fractal can move fast, he can take down the red British flank. Okay, let's check line of sight. Okay, they have to move forward to get in a good line of sight. We have a strong left flank here for the French with old guard and old guard, are they? Yo, Polish Legion, yeah, and old guard Lancer unit. Okay, we have some nice volleys here from this foot infantry. Ah, yeah, these guys are depleted, so they're gonna charge directly to this foot infantry, but Fractal, he's slow. He didn't move his left flank versus the British. Now it's a good time to send them here and shoot them down. The old guy has the upper hand. They have the high ground. They can bring fear to the enemy. And also, we have some units here trying to, 1 unit actually, to be exact. We have Lancers here. They're trying to harass the British troops. So Johans, he will turn 1 of his units here to face this side of his formation, trying to save his lines, but I think that there is a problem from for Johans here on the right side. He's losing. He's gonna lose for sure. He's gonna lose his scarf. He's gonna lose his foot infantry. He has to retreat, but that's a huge risk because there is a French cavalry here that they won't let them to go back. I don't think that these guys they're gonna make it alive while the lancers are in their tail. Johans is going to try to use his general staff versus the advancing French troops just to stop them from charging to his what's this? Foot infantry unit. He formed some lines here to defend. He's watching over that area, but the advancing French units here they can do real damage to his flank. Okay. I think now Fractal lost the chance to pursue the French, the British army. Now they're gonna make a last stand around here. They still got the high ground. That I think it won't change that. And let's no far forward. Let's explain some things. You see the clock here? There are 16 minutes remaining. So if Johans won't die in the remaining 16 minutes, then the game will consider as a tie. That means 1 point each for each player. So there is a problem here for these French forces. Did they lose their general staff? Let's check. I think he's alive. Yes, he's alive. How many olds? 24 old guard here. They have suffered casualties. There's another old guard here, 104. That's quite a good number for an old guard. France still has some lancer unit, 13 in the numbers. So Johans is going to fix his lines around here. He is going to wait for France to come down here. But here these guys they have a very bad position if the enemy will come here. Around here they can shoot the ground and not the the enemy unit. But during the game shit like this happened. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna meet you later when the action starts. Okay guys, back in the game. Fractal repositioned some of his troops and he got one militia here, one old guard with 55 men, and another Polish legion over here, and Johans has 2 foot infantry units with his general staff nearby. Here there is the Mitchell, the militia. I think he should charge them and not place them like this. Charge is also always useful in a situation like this. Oh, and no, there are here 55 of them. I think they're gonna charge directly to the British Lightfoot. What's this? Another old guard here, but the costumes are nearby. They are 103. It's an equal unit to the old guard, and I think Fractal are they out of ammo? Oh yes, they are out of ammo. So Fractal is gonna charge his voltages against them. They lost plenty of men in the first volley of the old guard. We have some French units that are routing. Johannes is gonna use his general staff versus his militia. This is the French general staff. He's gonna get charged by the British one. Major General Picton also he's gonna inspire his men to fight, to last longer versus these guys, while the French general is trying to charge those light infantry unit. We have some old guard and militia. I am not sure if they have any ammunition. We have a charge here from this light foot. Yes, that was a good charge from this Shoshos versus the Lightfoot. I think they're gonna break now. Yes, they're out of the game. But there is a danger here from for the French general. If he die, then he can lose the game. So here what we have a foot infantry pushing the right flank while the left flank is retreating. We have a Swiss foot here. We have what the hell is going on over here? Oh, the costumes are still fighting. We have a militia here. We have an old guard, and they are gonna get charged to the flank from the costumes. And Johannes is gonna use his general staff, his Major General Picton versus the old guard. But they did form the square at the last moment, and here's the bad news for Major General Picton. He lost 3 men, and one of them was his general. I think you see that Great Britain is suffering morale penalty because of the general staff. That was bad luck for Johannes. I think the old guard did manage to make the square to the last moment, and there are 10 minutes remaining for 8 and 37 to finish the game, so maybe Johannes will get lucky and he can take the point. I think he will try to buy some time by running here, take a better position inside the trees. Okay, the line of sight here is good. So I don't think that these guys they will they will manage to defeat the French lines. There is an old guard there, 73 men. That's quite of a. It's a good unit. 32 of the Braves. Swiss foot will have one of the lasers over there. General staff will have 12 lancers. But the clock is running for Johannes. If he managed to save his 2 units, then he can take the 1 point. Probably these guys are in a square formation. I can't really see. Yes, they are, and that will stop the the lancers from reaching to those units. I'm not sure if these guys have any ammunition. Tired and active. Does the old guard has any ammo? Yeah, they have. They're gonna shoot this foot infantry. And I think the Shoesfoot and the Brave, they're going to chase them in melee. Or they're going to shoot, I'm not sure. How many? 5:45 till the end. But I'm not sure if yep, they are broken, yeah, they're out of the game. They're tired. So, that was the game. It was a tactical game. GG. We have losses. Okay, let's see. 1,231 losses for Fractal. He killed 2,034. Nice balance. He deployed 1,653. We have for JohannesVB 1,923 men. 1,491 losses and killed these guys. Let's see who did the big job here. The old guy killed 229 men. The Legers did a pretty good damage there. The other two old guards killed almost 1 unit. Yes, these Voltigeurs, the Braves, did a good damage, and I think that's it. So that was the game. Thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna catch you to the next fight for the Premier League 1 versus 1. Goodbye all, and